welcome
to sort of the
storytelling podcast with your two favorite bitches, Janey
This podcast
and
isn't for
Max.
kids. This podcast isn't for kids. It's for adults. We do swears and crimes. There is illicit content. If you're a child listening to this, I'm very sorry for the words that you just heard. This is the podcast where we tell each other stories.
God damn it. I've been on spring break for 1 week.
Now you're all swears.
Now I'm all swears all the time.
I've been working at my new job for 1 week. And now when I swear, it feels like a crime again, which is...
You already felt like it was a crime.
No. No, like, I am someone who I have to actively, like... listen to myself to make sure that I'm not swearing, because from a linguistic perspective, swears are the spice of language. I use swears as often as I use colorful adjectives.
Swears are the nipples of linguistics.
Of the windows. Yeah, so I use them a lot, and I've had to like really carefully moderate myself in real life to say that I'm not going to be like, what's up? This shit's fucked up to, like, my boss.
Do you want to tell everyone how you like your job?
It's good. I like it a lot. Everyone's really nice to me, and I have insurance.
And she has insurance, so if you want to hit her with a car, now's a good time.
I don't have it yet.
If you want to hit her with a car, wait a couple weeks.
What's up? What else? What's up with you? How's it going? How was your spring break?
God, I did absolutely nothing. It was absolutely gorgeous.
I love it.
Yeah. Max,
Janey.
we have been having a lot of conversations with people on the Discord. A lot of still people getting revelations about Keith. Since our episode 77 dropped, where we explained that Keith is not real. That's the new thing that just happened on the podcast. People have been very upset to find that out, because apparently still after 76, they thought that was just Keith. And 77, we had to reveal Keith doesn't exist. That was our friend Eli.
That was something I truly did not foresee.
Yeah.
I thought they would be like, oh, it's all a joke.
I kind of knew, I kind of knew that they would be like, oh, like, I guess, yeah, Keith isn't real. I didn't realize it would be like, what? Keith isn't real? I thought it would be old news by then.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
yeah, it was very fun. Everybody's saying Eli should do audiobooks, and he absolutely should.
We've also talked to Eli before about potentially next time he comes to visit us, or we go to visit him, doing a little mini-sode with us. So maybe that will happen.
Fun. People love Eli, so. And what's not to love?
Literally nothing is not to love.
Literally not a single thing. So with all of these conversations they're having on the Discord, which are very fun, Max, tell them how they can join it. They're thinking, I want to be part of these conversations. I want to talk about Eli. How?
Well, you can sign up for our Patreon for just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord. You can hang out with us, talk to us, tell us how much you hate us for lying to you.
Yeah, get updates on how slowly I'm reading this book for the book club.
I haven't even started it.
Max, you have to start it. It's so long.
I don't. I can't be stopped. My hubris knows no bounds. But you can join us on Discord, and you can also get access to our book club, which we have on Discord. You can also, if you are feeling like a really high roller, you can increase to $7 a month on our Patreon, and you can get access to an entire free additional episode every month.
Every month. And they're fun. They're like big, lengthy boys, and they are girthy. We got some girthy, veiny stories in there. These stories are like baby fists. Come on down to the Patreon.
I'm not going to help you.
You can go ahead and do that if you would want.
Yeah, an entirely new, fresh, delicious, juicy bonus episode every month.
Yeah, juicy
like a
boner.
fresh strawberry.
We're at different places. We need to be on the same place.
So join us on our Patreon, join us on Discord. We would love to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That link is in the description for this episode and every episode.
Every episode that
so,
you could possibly
hang
want.
out with us.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to Janey's spring break because I came home from work and I was like, Janey, what did you do today? And Janey was like, I made a really big dinner. And
I made wontons. They're delicious.
Yeah, they were delicious. Yeah. Janey made wontons.
Shrimp wontons.
From scratch.
Yeah.
But she made them and they were absolutely goddamn delicious. And you were like, and I cleaned.
Yeah.
And I watched some stuff.
Yeah. I just hung out. I slept in. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, Janey, you had a Max day.
Haven't had a Max day in a long time.
Yeah, I've been quote unquote unemployed for a long time, and that's what my day looks like. And so it's very refreshing to see one of my very dear friends be able to enjoy relaxation.
Yeah, but
That's
now I
the
threw out
news.
my neck again just in time to go back to school. So here we are. Well, with that, I like that you started your new job and I got a break from my job, and now we're ready to record episode 79.
Yeah.
You ready to start?
Yeah.
I've got a exciting one for you.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Let's just do it.
Stay till the end if you want to hear us take a Barbie quiz. Bye. Okay, Max.
Janey.
Max, okay. Today I am going to be telling you a story from Andrew Lang's Blue Fairy book.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm just going to get into it. I'll tell you what it is. But you're going to guess what it is very soon, okay?
Okay.
There once was a man who was horrifically ugly.
Is it the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
His face was fine. He had a good body. No hump. No hunch. He ain't got no hump. A hump is a thing on the back that makes you
Beauty
bend.
and the Beast.
He was really rich, and he had a lot of friends. And he was also very generous, and he had a full head of hair, and he was clean, and he was hygienic. But also he was horrifically ugly.
Dorian Gray? No.
Because he had, and I'm so sorry you have to hear this from me. Okay, I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because it's really gross, okay? He had a blue beard. He had a beard that was blue.
Are you doing the story of Bluebeard?
I'm doing Bluebeard, yeah.
I just want to go back and say The Hunchback of Notre Dame is not about him being ugly, but in that book they do describe him as that, and it is very upsetting and ableist. Just to be clear, that is not my first thought. I have just read it, and that I thought that maybe it was the same thing. That is not my opinion.
No.
It is just a literary awareness, and I am sorry if that was offensive.
Do you think, have you read The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I've read some of it.
How do you think it holds up against the movie? Because I think the movie is fantastic, but also Disney dated.
That's about where I sit, yeah.
Yeah. God, the songs in that movie, they had no business going that hard. So good. Anyway, that's not this story. We're talking about Bluebeard. So, also his name was Bluebeard, which was very unoriginal of his parents, but they needed like a mnemonic device to remember him.
Did the baby have a blue beard?
That's what I'm wondering. His name was Bluebeard.
Like a
Bluebeard Johnson.
I want to I want to say like a reverse Smurf, but that's definitely not accurate.
He wore a little white hat. But he was super hot otherwise. Bluebeard wanted a wife because, you know, everybody deserves love.
Everybody wants a wife.
Yeah, everybody wants a wife. And so he went to his neighbor who had 2 beautiful daughters. And he told this woman that he was so in love with one or both or either of them that he would let them choose which one or both or either of them would want to marry him. It's very romantic.
This guy sucks.
No, he's hot and he's nice and he's generous and he has a blue beard. Which is his, like, quirky girl, like, sometimes she falls down thing. You know?
Oh, he's Kate Winslet in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, he is, what's her name?
Ramona Flowers?
Kristen, the one that people used to tell me I look like her a lot when I was little. Kirsten Dunst. When I was little, I did look a little bit like Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, it's the round, flat face.
Daniel Radcliffe, who I had I was fully in love with when I was younger, talked about they were like, if you could go on a date with any celebrity, who would it be? And he was like 17 at the time, and he was like, Kirsten Dunst. She's got that really hot, like, I haven't slept in weeks look. It's like, oh, I just saw into your soul, actually.
That is rich for a pasty British kid to say. You look like none of your ancestors slept except with each other. Okay, so... All right, so Bluebeard wanted this wife, right? He's like, let either of them choose. I don't care which one it is. Just like tell her to come over here and marry me. So the girls, however, were horrified at the thought of marrying a man that had a blue beard. Gross.
Is this a metaphor?
I don't blame them. Disgusting. No, there's a lot of like drawings of him and he just has a blue beard. I don't know. Also, he had been married 6 times before and nobody knew where all his wives had gone and there wasn't even like a funeral or anything. They'd all just like bounced one day. But, like, he also had a blue beard. Ew. So.
I know it's just because I said, is this the story of Dorian Gray? But I am picturing Ben Barnes, who, if you haven't seen Dorian Gray starring Ben Barnes, watch it because it's the horniest film that's ever been made. But also I'm just picturing Ben Barnes, but with a ridiculously large comical blue beard.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, I don't trust Ben Barnes. He has a type of eye.
He's
like
got shark eyes in a way that I'm really, really into.
I don't like shark eyes. Did you know sharks are older than trees?
Which ones?
All of them. No, sharks are like,
are you thinking
they
of...
predate trees.
Okay,
Like,
I believe that.
I hate the ocean so much. I don't like it.
For a second, I thought you were thinking of crocodiles, but
I was not.
It's both, maybe.
It's both.
No.
Okay,
it might just be sharks.
I'm gonna go ahead and just push through. I'm gonna get us back on track.
Here's my question.
These girls do not want to
fight
marry
between a shark and a crocodile. I really wish there was a sci-fi original movie about this.
There's like 900. Turn on the Sci-Fi Channel and just there's only shark movies, or there's like sharks in space, and those are aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
fighting other aliens who are crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two girls were told by their mother that one of them would have to marry him. So they basically like started arguing, and they would just toss the responsibility back and forth between each other like a hot potato.
Like a hot potato.
Like
I was just going to say that.
So Bluebeard realized he needed to show them that he was more than just his blue beard. He was also a beating heart and a pocket full of gold coins. So he invited his future family.
And a truly spectacular wang.
So he invited his future family, and all of their... Does the carpet match the blue drapes?
He's got more than one blue beard.
Okay, so he invited his future family and all of their friends to one of his many cabins for 8 days of fun. They dined, like a whole 8 days. That's a lot of time. They dined, they played party games. I assume they played that one game that I just found out was a thing by watching TikTok. There's this game where they had like a cross, like two bars crossed against each other. And on two of the sides, there were lit candlesticks. And on two of the sides, there were apples. And party guests would like spin the cross, so it would just be like spinning in the air, like hanging from the ceiling. And then party guests would have to like try to bite the apple. And sometimes
without getting hit in the head with a flaming
candle. And like hot wax would like splash all over them, and their hair would light on fire, and they would get like burn marks all over their face. And that was like a Victorian party game that I assumed they were playing. And Bluebeard was like, oh, I couldn't possibly.
That sounds really fun.
It does, right? Doesn't it sound like that's something that we would do, even though it's not smart?
That would be really fun. I'm picturing, because I've been to a lot of like kids learning to be employees things where it's like career development.
Oh. It's like, what?
No, I was in those like
a lot of child labor.
I was in the child advancement programs where they were like, you're going to be so good at working because you're so creative.
Yeah.
You know those?
Yeah, sure.
Did you ever have to do the one where you had to, like, 8 people had to stand on a towel and then you had to flip the towel over without anyone stepping off the towel?
No, I grew up in Missouri. They were just...
You didn't do corporate team building in middle school in Missouri?
In middle school in Missouri, we had to go to, like, quarterly assemblies where they told us stop fucking each other's armpits. But, like, that's the same girl. Same girl. That's not a joke. There was, like, a new STD found in my town because so many kids were, like, fucking each other's armpits.
Oh.
It's mostly just a fungus. Anyway, go ahead. So you had to flip a towel, though, for jobs.
Yeah, like eight kids had to stand on a towel, like a bath towel.
Yeah.
And then flip it without anyone stepping off of the towel. And it was like a team building, like communication.
So you're doing that at Bluebeard's castle?
Yeah. They're all standing on a towel and they have to try and flip it over. Or like, you know the thing, like the trust chair circle, where you all have to sit down at the same time so that you're all sitting on each other's laps, and it's not horny. It's not. Don't even ask. And if anyone doesn't sit down because they don't trust someone, then everyone falls over.
No, that's not something I ever did.
Really?
Again, I grew up in Missouri. They were like, this is the warning signs that you're on meth.
This is the warning signs that you have sexually transmitted diseases in your armpit. Anyways, continue. They're doing corporate leadership building exercises.
They're like, listen, deodorant doesn't go in your dick hole. So, like, we know where you got it. Okay. So they're doing corporate games. And they're having a great time. It was so much fun that nobody slept. That's how fun it is. They all just fully stay awake for like a full 8 days.
A fun sleepover.
Yeah. At the end of the 8 days, the youngest daughter thought to herself, well, fine. I guess I can look past his hideous deformity and marry him for his money. Twist my arm. I suppose. This would be a really good time to be sponsored by Gillette. Right? Like, his
Armpits
deformity.
and beards?
His deformity is just like, he has a beard. Why not just shave it? Yeah, I think he likes it, though.
Frankly, though, I don't think Gillette razors could get through a big old Bluebeard.
No, their razors are blocked by the color blue.
The root chakra.
They were married soon after she made this decision, and she moved into one of his many beautiful homes, and she had everything she could ever possibly desire, and her husband was really cool and really nice to her, and every day she woke up to more presents, and they had amazing sex, and, like, they had a really good life together.
Question.
Yeah.
Bluebeard, is it, like, blue? Because I know I've heard, like...
It's blue.
Blue-haired being, like...
No, it's
old
blue.
with, like, silver hair?
No, like bright blue. Like electric blue.
Just checking.
Like a Nas can blue.
Sure.
Fast and Furious.
That's your frame of reference for what blue looks like?
Blue looks like Nas. After a month, he told her that he had to go away for business for 6 weeks. He was like, I don't want to go, but I gotta go. He told her that while he was away, she should throw a party because he didn't want her to be alone for 6 weeks. He was like, invite your friends over. Literally, you guys can do whatever you want here. Like, obviously, my house is your house now. Like, I've stocked the fridge. Just invite people over. Don't be alone, all alone in this house. And she was like, oh, okay. And so then he gives her a ring of keys, and he's like, okay, this is how you get around the house, okay? He's like, because there's a lot of, like, cabinets and jewelry cases and all this stuff. So he takes her around the house with all these keys, and they make, like, a fun game of it, right? He's like, all right, in this room, this is where you're going to find all the furniture, like the extra chairs and stuff like that. In this one, it's all, like, this, like, wardrobe is just full of the fine china that we only bring out on special occasions, but if you want to have, like, a fancy dinner party, here's this thing. This is where I keep the extra, like, money and stuff like that. I don't think you'll need it, but here's all of it. Just, you can have whatever you want, because you're my beautiful wife, and I love you. And so they're going around, and she's like, this is great. I love this. And then they keep walking, and she sees, like, some stairs that lead down into, like, the dark. And she's like, what's down there? And he's like, oh, that's where this little key goes. There's a room down there. Just don't go into that one. Like, honestly, that's the only one that I would prefer you didn't go into. But everything else, you got free reign of the house, baby. Anyway, so I'm going to be gone. And she's like, wait. Okay, come back. What's in there? And he's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, okay, but, like, why? And he, like, looks at her for a second. He goes, listen, don't open that door, okay? That's the only thing, like, I have one thing, and that's my room, so please don't go in there. And he looks at her, because she's looking at him like, oh, I'm gonna go in there. He's like, listen, if you go in there, I'm going to be pissed. It's literally the one thing I've ever asked of you. I've given you everything. I'll have to punish you if you go in there. Like, that's it. Like, there's gonna be consequences. And she's like, okay. And he's like, okay. All right. And she's like, okay. He's like, okay. All right. Also, I imagine she's like, why didn't you just take the key off? And I imagine him...
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. I think it's because it's really hard to get keys off of key rings without messing up your nails.
Yeah, you shred your thumbnail.
Yeah, so, like, leave it on there.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's not worth it.
Okay, that's what I think, right? This seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
So he leaves for his business, his 6-week business. As soon as he's out of sight, she hears a knock on the door, and all of her friends, including her sister, burst in like teenagers in an 80s movie, because Dad is away now, and now it's time to throw a rager. Mm-hmm. In truth, they all really wanted to snoop, but they were afraid of how blue Bluebeard's beard was, and they had been waiting for him to leave so that they could go in and snoop. They raged for a few hours. They explored all of the rooms fully. They had a great time unlocking every door and going through all of the stuff and, like, being really jealous of her and congratulating her on such a great marriage. And while everyone was having a great time, his young wife's curiosity got the better of her. I think she was drunk. They don't say this, but just, she was wasted.
Yeah, sleepover vibes, like you're wearing your slippers and jumping on a couch.
Yeah.
Sparkling rosé kind of.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, and it's flowing. So she's like, I want to go unlock that door. Like, she's so drunk. She's like, it's time for me to go down there. And she runs down the steps, and it specifically says that she almost breaks her neck like 3 times because she keeps tumbling down the stairs. And I'm like, yeah, she's drunk. This is a drunk girl. And she's probably like 14 years old. So she's like, wait!
Oh no.
So she's
Oh,
going.
it got dark so quickly.
Yep. She's going really fast. She almost breaks her neck more than once, but she finally makes it down to the bottom of the steps. And she's like giggling, and she's like, he'll never know. And she turns the key in the lock, and she throws the door open, and she steps in. And her eyes are like having to adjust to the darkness because all the windows are shut. And she realizes as she like starts to step in a little more that her feet are sticking to the floor. So it's like making that like sticking sound as it pulls up.
Oh, what? He's some
when
kind
her-
of candy maker?
Yeah.
He makes candy and it's sugar and it's fine?
He's the taffy man. And when her eyes fully adjusted, she saw something dark was clotting on the stones. And she slowly took in the rest of the room and saw to her horror that there was blood everywhere.
And guts.
It was a blood room!
Blood room!
This is kind of the OG blood room.
Everyone read Angela Carter's The Bloody Chamber, including Janey. Janey, read Angela Carter's The Bloody Chamber. It's a collection of short stories. I think it's genuinely like 85 pages long, the whole collection.
Is it about a bunch of blood rooms?
The first story is.
All right.
It's this story, but it's horny.
Oh, okay.
Angela...
Are you saying that my story isn't horny enough for you?
I am.
Did you hear about his blue dick beard?
Angela Carter is a certified monster fucker. I don't know how else to say that, but she is.
Okay.
Read it. You would like it.
We'll link it in the show notes. Okay, so on top of all the blood, I mean, the blood would have been enough, but there's also 6 corpses hanging from the walls.
Honestly, if he had just blood and no corpses, I would have...
More
I
questions?
wouldn't... I would just have...
Yeah, I think you'd be able to explain that away. I've explained a lot of weird shit away in my head. I think I'd be like, maybe he's down here slaughtering animals. I got a different problem now, but it's fine.
Maybe he runs a, like, blood collection truck, and he was sabotaged by a rival blood collection truck, and they blew up his blood truck, and now there's blood everywhere.
His blood truck was in the basement.
Yeah,
where you keep your blood truck.
That's the garage of the mansion. No?
Maybe he just gets really bad nosebleeds.
Yeah. Maybe it's just his time of the month.
Maybe it's Maybelline. So there's 6 corpses of young women hanging from chains on the walls. They had been slit open, stabbed, and mutilated in horrific ways. I can only imagine how it smelled, and I also wonder, like, why didn't that make that out into the hallway? Like, there's just open blood everywhere, but these were clearly the bodies of his 6 wives. Someone should have investigated their disappearances. But I also kind of assume this was before people realized that women don't just dissolve when they're ready to be gone.
Mm-hmm,
Anyway, nobody even cared. The key she was holding...
This is My Favorite Murder episode now.
100%. And now we're on to the true crime investigation. The key she was holding fell from her stunned hand right into a puddle of thick, sticky blood. Viscous.
Ew.
She quickly grabbed it, and she ran from the room, slamming the door shut behind her. And she hastily tried to wash the blood off with soap and water, knowing if he ever found out that she'd been in that room, he would, like, probably add to his corpse collection. One body, hers. But to her horror, the blood wouldn't come off. It was as though the key were magic. Every time she, like, washed off one side, every time she would wash off one side, blood would appear on the other side. And then she would try to wash off that side, and it would appear on the other side. She was like, oh my god.
Classic Lady Macbeth curse.
So she's like, oh shit. So she, like, hides it in her pocket, right? Like, she takes it off the key ring. She does this fine.
Yeah, her nails are never the same again.
No. She hides it in there, in her pocket, and then she makes her way up to the rest of the house. I'm sure to, like, get help, but all of the guests are gone. Like, she's been down there for so long that everybody went home.
What?
Except for her
Not
sister.
a sleepover?
No. Okay, actually, I think I know the answer to this, too. Her sister is still there, right? But what's worse, her husband, Bluebeard, is standing in the hall. He had come back home that night early, and so I think he sent everybody away, except for the sister. Or I think they were all like, we gotta go, bye! They're just, like, carrying out, like, his bottles of champagne. Let's get out of here. He's, like, smiling at her, and he's like, hey, I got a letter on the road, which is suspicious. I got a letter on the road that I wasn't needed for this business after all. No business for me. So I came home. Surprise! And she's like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. Wow. And so she's, like, trying her best to, like, convince him that she's really happy to see her and that nothing is wrong because now she's lost her chance to ask for help. So the next morning, he's like, oh, by the way, can I have those keys back? And she's like, oh yeah. And so she gives him the key ring, and he's like, there's one missing. What happened to the other key? She's like, oh, I took it off. I took it off because you told me not to go in that room, and I didn't want to get confused, so I took it off, and it's in my room. And he's like, cool, can you go get it? I'm just going to put it with these things so I don't lose it. And she's like, oh, yeah. I guess. And so she goes up to her room, and then she comes back down, and she's like, I guess it wasn't in my room. And he's like, well, where is it? And she's like, I guess I'll go check again. And so she does this a couple times. Finally, she's kind of forced to bring that key down to him. She's like wiping it on her skirts and stuff like that. She's like, it's fine. And she hands it over to him. And he's like, why is this covered in blood? And she tells him like, I don't know. And he goes, okay, well, I know. And I'm like, then why'd you ask? Don't set her up for failure. So he knew that she had disobeyed his direct order to not go into the blood room. And now he told her that she had to join the women that she had seen in there. And his wife, and it's really annoying that she doesn't have a name. Mm-hmm. It's annoying. Somebody else gets a name later on. And it's not who you think it should be.
Is it? I haven't read this original story, but I have read Angela Carter's The Bloody Room. And also I've heard the several stories in the Robber Bridegroom tale type. Is it the stable boy?
No.
Fuck.
So, his wife, who has no name, begged him to give her time to pray before he murdered her. And he told her, you can have half of a quarter of an hour.
7.5 minutes?
Okay, so I watched a YouTube video, like, to see if there was anything I missed, and there's this amazing YouTuber and storyteller named John Solo. I linked him in here. I've watched a couple of his stuff. He's great. But he pointed out very specifically, he's like, 7.5 minutes is too specific, and he thinks that was a typo, because there's other versions that they just say a quarter of an hour. But he's like, nope, she gets 7.5 minutes. It's funnier that way. And he's right.
Got him.
Yep. So she ran up to her bedroom where her sister, her sister gets a name. Why? Why doesn't the wife get a name? Anyway, Anne's just chilling up there. She's like reading and smoking a blunt. So she's like, Anne, go up to the tower really quickly, and I need you to look outside the window and see if you see our brothers on the road. Because her two brothers had told her, like, we're gonna come visit you tomorrow. We can't make it to the party, but we'll come to you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So she's like, go up there and see if they're here. And if you see them, then you need to start waving out the window and signaling to them that they gotta get here really fast. So Bluebeard yelled from downstairs for her to come down or he'd come up and get her. And she called back like, 1 second, I'm just finishing up this juicy prayer. Ooh, it's a good one. So Anne told her, no one's on the road. She says, quote, I see nothing but the sun, which makes it dust, and the grass, which looks green.
Anne, help more.
Hey, Anne, come on. The young wife told her, like, check again. And Anne's like, ooh, there's dust coming up. I see something. And her sister's like, is it our brothers? And she's like, no, it's sheep. Can those help? She's like, Anne, no, they cannot. Anne, why? This is all it's infuriating. Anne sucks. Bluebeard yells, like, it's been 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Come down or I will drag you down. And his wife called back, like, I'm tying my shoe. I'll be down really soon. And she's like, Anne, go back up to the tower. Because Anne keeps, like, walking back down. And she's like, go back up there. So Anne finally sees signs of their brothers coming down the lane, right? There's, like, obviously horses running down the lane. And they're still a really long way away. She's like, they're kind of far away. I don't think they'll make it in time. And her sister's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wave at them. And so the young wife, she's outside of her bedroom window. She's trying really hard to get their attention. But suddenly Bluebeard, quote, bawled out so loudly that he made the whole house tremble. BAWLED, Max. His terrified wife finally came downstairs. She threw herself at his feet, crying and begging for her life. And he told her to save her tears for God. And then he grabbed her by the hair, lifted his sword to chop off his head. No.
Her head.
Yep. Lifted his sword to chop off her head. She begged him, quote, with dying eyes. That's a crazy quote. To give her a moment to collect herself. But he was like, oh, absolutely the fuck not. You have to die now. And he raises his sword and he starts to bring it down really fast. And suddenly, there was a loud knocking at the gate. The two horsemen burst in, and Bluebeard immediately recognized them as his wife's brothers. One was a dragoon. I don't know what that is. I forgot to look it up.
It's a,
dragon?
It's
a pirate dragon?
No, it's like the Navy, but for...
That makes sense.
Something else? They do ships and they fight. Okay. And that's all I know, I think.
The other one is a musketeer. So, like, we have a land fighter and a sea fighter.
I could be wrong.
I think that sounds... I don't even think we need to look at that. I think that sounds right.
Yeah, a dragoon.
A dragoon.
I know what a stevedore is, if you want to know that.
It's a Steve. No. Who opens doors. It's a doorman named Steve.
Miss Stevedore.
What is a stevedore?
They work on ships. They fasten the rigging in ships while they're in port.
Oh.
So they're like the like mechanics of ships.
Well, these guys aren't mechanics. They're fighters. Both of them had swords. That's why I think your first one was correct. They chased him out onto the porch and they stabbed him over and over again until he was dead. And since Bluebeard had no children because he had murdered all of his wives before they could give him an heir, his fortune went to his current wife. She used it to marry her sweet, dumb sister Anne to a man who had loved her for a long time. She was like, somebody needs to take care of Anne. She's not going to make it.
Anne has brain damage.
Anne was kicked by a horse as a child. She also
Anne's the first person to die of weed poisoning.
She also paid for captain's commissions for each of her brothers. It's the least she could do. They stabbed her husband to death for her. And the rest she used to marry herself to a really nice guy who was confirmed not a serial killer. And this is the last line. He, quote, made her forget the ill time she had passed with Bluebeard. The end. Blood room. So here's some notes.
Blood room.
This story was originally written in French by Charles Perrault and was translated in Andrew Lang's The Blue Fairy Book. It is ATU Type 312, the woman who was rescued by her brothers, and there's also a specific Bluebeard ATU type.
The robber bridegroom, or no?
I think it's specifically called Bluebeard, but I forgot to look it up.
Yeah.
There are lots of variations of this, including the robber bridegroom, which I told on episode 4, apple cider, weather, and the last bloodroom of the season. And also the Fitcher's bird, which I told in episode 3, which was called Justice for Rawhead and Why You Shouldn't Trust Sticky Birds. That was back when I was on my bloodroom kick. Now I'm back on my bloodroom kick, but I think this might be the OG bloodroom. I don't think I can do anymore.
Back on your bloodroom bullshit.
Back on my bloodroom BS. BRBS. BOBRBS.
Boburbs.
BOMBRBS. Bomburbs. Bomburbs! Bluebeard may have been based off of an actual person. Actually, he may have been based off of 2 people, so I'm going to go through those really quickly. The first is Gilles de Rais, though it's a bit controversial. People argue about this quite a lot, but I think it's a fair correlation, so I'm going to tell you really quickly. Gilles de Rais was a very wealthy person by birth, and he increased his fortune through marriage. He fought alongside Joan of Arc, and he was later appointed Marshal of France. So he gained a lot of notoriety. People really knew his name. He was just a really kind of cool guy at that time. He gained so much wealth that he eventually retired altogether, and he decided to devote himself to his favorite hobby full-time, black magic. It was his favorite thing to do. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to finally focus on me. He confessed later to kidnapping, molesting, and murdering more than 140 children in the name of dark sorcery. And it wasn't until 1440 when Ray kidnapped a cleric during a dispute. A cleric came over and was like, hey, a lot of kids are going missing. Are you doing it? And Gilles de Rais was like, okay, well, I'm kidnapping you now. How about that? And then the church was like, we should probably investigate that guy's disappearance. He's an adult. We care about him. So the Bishop of Nantes decided to investigate the man's disappearance, and he discovered an overwhelming amount of evidence of child murder. Just dead children everywhere. And he's like, sir, looks a lot like maybe you're murdering children in here. The church was going to torture him into a confession. They were all ready, but they were saved the trouble when he confessed on his own. And I'm sure that bummed a lot of people out. And he was subsequently hanged for his crimes. So that's the first person that they think that Bluebeard was kind of modeled after, right? Another possible inspiration was a ruler of Brittany who was born around 460 AD named Conomer the Cursed. I don't think he was Conomer the Cursed at the time, but now he is.
Born Conomer the Cursed, and his parents were like, we hope he's going to be a doctor.
This story is equal parts, it's not even equal parts, but some of it is history and a lot of it is obviously legend. Kind of like St. Olga of Kiev, kind of, except that hers is more history than it is legend. This one's a little history, a lot speculation. Conomer dreamt of uniting all of Brittany. At that point, it's just a bunch of little pieces, right? And he was like, let's put it all together, like a fancy little puzzle. And so he did that by slaughtering entire ruling families, okay? He was said to have been married a couple times before, but it was rumored he had murdered all of his wives. And eventually he set his sights on a young woman named Tryphene, or Tryphene. I'm not sure. Obviously, she and her father, who was a king, did not want this to happen. She was like, oh, he's going to murder me. And the king was like, yeah, he's definitely going to murder you. I don't want you to marry him either. But they also didn't want him to, like, slaughter their whole family and take the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
So they had to consult St. Gildas, who promised he would protect Tryphene at all costs. He's like, don't worry, go ahead and marry him. That's our only option right now. But here, he gave her a silver ring to wear at all times. And he's like, keep an eye on this ring, and it'll like basically warn you if you're under any sort of danger. So Conomer and Tryphene were actually happy for a little bit. Like, they were at least happily married in the sense of, like, she wasn't in immediate danger at first.
Sure.
But he lost his shit when he realized Tryphene was pregnant because he had received a prophecy that he'd be killed by his own son.
Okay, but, like, if you have received that prophecy, don't fuck.
Okay, not a thing for Conomer. Or any man in Greek mythology.
I'm just saying, like, don't be mad at someone else for, listen, the thing that you both hopefully consensually participated in.
Yeah, Max, you say this, but we're in the year of our Lord 2023, and they're still trying to overturn Roe v. Wade.
I know.
And also, like, dip out on child support. So...
No, I know. I just mean, like, if you're
Men.
like, there is a threat to my well-being if I ever have a child.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, dude.
Yeah, no, he couldn't do it. He was Conomer. He was cursed. So he plotted her murder after hearing about her pregnancy. And one day she looked down and saw that her ring had turned jet black, and she knew she was in danger.
There's a Russian fairy tale, the one with the brother disappears and he gives his brother a ring. Yeah, same thing.
The raven, the hot raven husband.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She ran through a secret passageway to try to escape, and she found, at the end of this passageway, 6 coffins. 5 were full. 1 was empty. So at this point, she's like, oh no, is this one for me? And then 5 ghosts rose out of the coffins and revealed themselves to be Conomer's former wives. This is the quote from the article I got it from. He had murdered each in turn by poison, strangulation, fire, battery, and drawing, as in he hung, draw, and quartered her. He didn't just, like, draw her. He was the doodler, the original. So her husband caught up to her, and then bing, bang, boom, he cut off her head. Tryphene is dead. However, St. Gildas found her, and he prayed over her body, and then it rose and attached its own head back to the neck, and she was alive again. And she fled back to her father's kingdom, and she gave birth to a baby, a boy named Tremure. Years later, Conomer was riding his horse, came across some boys playing. He recognized one of them, kind of, and he's like, what's your name? And the boy said, oh, it's Tremure, sir. Nice to meet you. And he freaked out and cut off the boy's head and then rode away.
Oh my God.
The boy, however, picked up his head, put it underneath his arm, and then began to happily run after this man, ran all the way to the castle. On reaching the castle, the walls crumbled and fell, crushing Conomer to death. And I don't even know if the boy put his head back on or not. This is like a headless boy, like, like running like the gingerbread man in
the Brothers Grimm movie.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much the same. That's terrifying.
Yeah. But those are the 2 legends that they think. Obviously, Gilles de Rais is not a legend. That's like an actual historical, like, murderer that was punished for his crimes. And Conomer was alive, and they do think that he killed some of his wives, but mostly they think that was, like, speculation and legend and church teachings and stuff like that, because it's a lot of, like, saints and stuff.
Yeah, like a Dracula kind of situation?
Yeah. But yeah, those are, they think, that the inspirations for Bluebeard.
Wow.
Yeah.
A heads up, don't murder that guy.
What?
Nope. Hang on. Don't marry that guy. Also, don't get murdered by that guy. I got confused.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Hot tip, don't marry a murderer. Have you learned nothing from those weird Discovery ID programs? I married a murderer and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't learned it?
No.
Oh.
This is a brand new lesson for me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so when you're choosing a husband, you want to make sure that he's not a murderer.
But what if he's a good murderer and I really like him?
Like a Dexter?
I mean, I guess.
I think you should still not marry a Dexter. Okay, well, Max is going to go ponder her life choices. And we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
See you in a sec. Okay, Janey.
Okay, Matt. You got to go closer to your microphone. Try it again.
How about now?
Yeah.
Cool. The story that I have for you today is called A Girl in Green, and it comes from Chinese Fairy Tales and Fantasies, translated and edited by Moss Roberts. You heard that name correctly.
That's so cute.
Moss Roberts.
That's a beautiful book.
It really is. This is one of the most beautiful books in my collection, and I love it very much. This is from the Pantheon Fairy Tale and Folklore Library, and it's a fun one. It's a teeny little baby one, and I'm excited. So my new job has had me like walking around downtown Savannah a lot, and I've been able to enjoy the springtime. So it's just like just walking along the brick roads for the first time maybe ever in Savannah that I've been here. I haven't really had an excuse to do it before. And there's been a lot of like the smell of honeysuckle drifting on the wind and everything like that.
Gorgeous.
Like the early spring sunshine, and it's
Savannah is gorgeous, guys. Like, there's a whole saying here that, like, if you come to visit, you'll be living here next year. Like, you find a way to move to Savannah, and this is why. Is because in the springtime, like, there's no other city in the U.S. that looks and feels like this.
Yeah, just, like, perfect weather, like a gentle breeze, sunshine. Like, it's just been absolutely beautiful, and I've been really feeling the feelings of spring, you know? And so that's why I chose this story. I'm very excited about it.
Why do you look mischievous?
This is a Chinese story.
Okay.
There was once a student who was studying in the Temple of Sweet Springs.
Okay.
And it was late spring, early summer. He was enjoying the warmth and the like long hours during the day. And he was studying his texts, and he was just living like, you know, he was a young student. He was like early in his teachings and everything. He was kind of just really enjoying the space, you know? He was able to walk around in the gardens whenever he wanted to. He would read to himself out loud to sort of practice the like poems/sermons that he was studying.
Yeah.
And he would leave the window open because the weather was so beautiful, right? He would just get this beautiful spring breeze coming in all the time. So one evening he's reading his stories aloud, and he's sort of practicing his like timbre and everything to, you know, so that he can present a story. And this woman comes up to the outside of his window, and she says, "How diligently young master studies," she says to him.
Okay.
And she's very impressed. She sort of like puts her hands up. She puts her elbows up on the window and like puts her head in her hands and is just listening to him talking.
Is she hot?
She's hot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just to confirm,
Okay,
she's
good.
super hot.
She's fine.
He's shocked because this temple is kind of in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of the forest. And so it's like very much like a weird, like, he's like, why are you all the way out here? I thought it was just us bros, the dudes, the guys here at the temple.
Ew. No women allowed.
But she's super hot. So he's like, how do I not know?
Did I not know there's
Her.
a straight up hottie here?
Yeah, which one of my guys didn't tell me that there was a hottie visiting? So he starts talking to her, and she's so beautiful. She's wearing this beautiful, like almost iridescent green blouse and this long skirt, and she has like perfect posture. She speaks in a way that is very elegant and also very beautiful and very attractive to him. He's like, I could just listen to you talk all day, right?
Yeah.
And but he's like worried because, you know, it's Chinese mythology, and
That's true. Any sort of Asian mythology where the beautiful woman
yeah.
shows up.
a woman shows up outside of your window and is like, wow, you're so hot and good at reading.
It seems
wanna
too
make
good
out?
to be true.
So he's very suspicious, and he's
You
like,
know what? I think American men need to be a little more cautious too.
honestly,
Our boys just kind of run in blindly, penis first.
the one-eyed monster.
Yeah, it's like a divining rod. They're like, whoop, hot lady alert. Meanwhile,
I assume.
In China, they've got some respect. They fear their beautiful women.
They specifically say, like, he's like, I feel like this is too much of a coincidence that she's outside of my window and, like, wants to hear me talk about poetry.
Yeah.
So he's like, so, like, where are you from? Expecting that she's going to be like, from hell, and I'm a demon who's going to eat you. But she doesn't say that. She's like, hey, why are you asking me so many questions? Like, I'm not going to bite you.
He asked one question. He's making small talk.
Yeah, but like he is very suspicious about it, where he's like, so like, where are you from? She's like, I'm not gonna bite you. Like, it's fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Let's just hang out.
Show me your penis. Come on.
And so Sung talks to her for a couple more hours. He's the student.
Sure.
He has a name now.
Love it.
Sung invites her inside his room, and she, I assume, climbs in through the window. And they sit and they talk for a couple of hours, and then they have sex.
What? This is too good to be true, son. Open your eyes.
She just loves his poetry so much.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have
I'm
to
sure.
bone about it. So she climbs in the window and they like have sex and she spends the night. And then before dawn, she wakes up and she disappears.
Mm-hmm.
And this, he's like, oh, I miss her so much. And he goes about his studies for the day. And then evening comes and she reappears at his window and is like, hey, what's up, handsome? Round two? And he's like, great. And this goes on for a long time. She just shows up every evening around dusk and, you know, talks to him.
And he has stopped asking questions.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And she like climbs into his room. They spend the night together. They like talk and they bone and they like, he doesn't go to bed before dawn anymore, basically.
Yeah.
But he does still have his studies, so he has to sleep at some point.
He's taking micro naps.
So one night she comes in and he's like made dinner and he has wine on the table and everything. And they're just talking and laughing. And she's like, you know, I've always kind of wanted to be a singer. And he's like, you have a beautiful voice. You should sing. In fact, you know what? You should write a song for me because I feel like you have the most beautiful voice. I feel like my heart would melt if I ever heard you singing a song. And she says, well, that's the problem.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, what? And she says, for that very reason, I must not comply. He begs her and he says, like, please, I would love to just hear one song from your beautiful voice. I would love it. You're so pretty. I love you. Follow your dreams. And she says, I would love to. But like, what if someone hears? They'll know that I'm here in your dorm room, I guess.
Well, you don't have to like, I imagine she just starts like fucking belting out.
She's like, I wanna swing on the chandelier.
She goes, all the windows break.
So she's like, everyone would hear and then they would know that I was in here. But also, I can't say no to you because I love you, you know? So she's like, I'm just going to whisper a song to you so that nobody can hear and it's going to be really quiet.
Party girls don't give a anything. Ah, na, na, na. He's like, what's this song?
When I was a young boy.
Kiss me on before you go. Summertime sadness. Oh my god, it's just Lana Del Rey.
Oh my god, it is.
He's like, this is beautiful.
Is this for a joke or
Blue
no?
jeans, white shirt.
Impeccable Lana Del Rey impression.
Gorgeous. I'd like to say that I love Lana Del Rey, but also she's the funniest person to mock.
Yes. Just a little anecdote. The first time I ever heard of Lana Del Rey was she was on SNL with Daniel Radcliffe. And as we previously mentioned in this episode, I genuinely thought when I was younger that I was going to marry Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to watch my future husband's SNL show. I was too old to think that. I think I was like home
70
for the summer in college.
No.
And my mom was like, look, it's your future husband. And I was like, oh, Daniel Radcliffe, you're wrong, but also...
You're not
Are you?
Max is like 6'5", and Daniel Radcliffe is like 5'5". So
yeah.
They'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
For kisses.
But so we watched the whole SNL episode with Janey Radcliffe, and then Lana Del Rey was the musical guest. I had never, this is also embarrassing, I had never watched an episode of SNL before that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that there were musical guests, and I was fully like, oh, is this a bit? Is this a prank?
I actually just
a
watched
joke?
On TikTok, somebody only did the vocals for that. Like, they just highlighted the vocals and they took out all the background noises. They do that every once in a while for that. And I thought of you the whole time I was watching it because she did a fantastic job. Like, she hits every note. Like, there's no auto-tune necessary for Lana Del Rey. But also the way she was doing it, I was like, this is the reason why Max thought that she was watching another sketch.
Yes, because if you don't know who Lana Del Rey is...
Dead-eyed, no emotion.
And it's just like, what's up? It's Lana Del Rey. And then she's like, video, okay. And she's like staring at you like a snake who's trying to hypnotize
That's
you.
exactly what she was like.
It's very weird. It's a very weird... Anyways, I didn't realize until like a year later that Lana Del Rey was a real person who was a real singer-songwriter.
And also that Max wasn't going to marry Daniel Radcliffe.
No, that's...
You still think that?
To this day.
You better check to make sure he's not secretly a murderer.
He's having a baby.
Oh, he can't be a murderer.
No, I just...
Babies don't
separately.
have murderer fathers. Go ahead.
Well, I completely lost my place.
Congratulations to Mr. Radcliffe and his lovely girlfriend still, I guess.
I think so.
Living in sin? Bringing a child out of wedlock? Controversial, Mr. Potter.
Controversial. So the girl who's been sneaking into this guy's room, Sung's room, every night, she starts to sing him a song and she's like, but we have to be quiet. And so she whispers a song to him and she's tapping her little foot on the ground as like percussion. And she sings to him, and this is a fucked up song, slightly.
Okay.
No butcher bird must catch this slave girl's midnight song. No chill night dew can stay me from keeping my lord company.
Oh, she's a slave?
Yeah, that's when that's revealed.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So she sings this song, and it's a very simple song. And again, this is translated from Chinese, so it's like a very...
I'm a slave, but I like to bone. Don't be loud, or I have to go home.
Effectively.
Yeah, that's the song.
So she sings so low that her voice is almost like a hum, basically, and he has to lean in close to hear her voice. But as he's listening to her sing, it's this very simple song, and it's very beautiful. It's very much from the heart. And he is more than ever just bewitched with her. He's like, you have a beautiful voice. Thank you for singing me that song. I really appreciated it.
Also, what?
He doesn't ask.
Oh God, he's a terrible boyfriend.
So she finishes her song, and then she's like, okay, well, I'm just going to check that nobody heard that. And she like pokes her head out the door and like looks around, and then like comes back into the room and looks around his room and is like, okay, I don't think anyone heard that. Good. And he's like, you're being a little, I don't want to say this, but like paranoid
and hysterical. I'm not attracted to you anymore.
He says, what makes you so anxious? And she says to him, the proverb, a ghost that steals into the world fears all men, applies to me. And the proverb, a ghost that steals into the world fears all men, is the idea of like, if you're someplace you don't belong, you think everyone is looking at you.
Okay, yeah.
You know? Right?
That's true. If you go into a store to like steal something, you expect that every single person is watching you like a hawk.
Yeah. Exactly. It's I think it's to my understanding, that is the purpose of that line. Yeah. And she's like, that applies to me. So I feel super uncomfortable here. She says that she gets a chill, like visibly, like a chill runs down her spine, and she shakes. And she says, the end of our relationship may be at hand. My heart is restless. I sense danger. My life will end. And he's like, baby, you're just being crazy. Don't worry about it.
Let's bone about it some more.
Yeah. And so she climbs back into bed and they bone about it some more until dawn. Yeah. That happens in the story.
Cool.
Just before dawn, she goes and gets up. She starts to put her clothes back on and she goes to leave. And he like is like half awake. He sees her sort of go out the door, and then she stops and she like pulls her hand back from the doorknob and is like, okay, it's fine. You just have to go outside. And she just starts pacing in front of the door.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, hey, are you okay? And she says, I just feel like I'm just really nervous today. Can you like walk me out? Like not all the way, just until I get past this wall here. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. So he like puts on his pants and like goes to walk her out. And he walks her out to the wall and she's like, thank you. I'm sorry. I'll see you tonight. And he's like, great. See you tonight. And she walks away and he goes back to bed. Mm-hmm. No sooner has he gotten back into his bed than he hears the shriek.
No.
From outside. And he runs out of his room, out where he walked her away to exit. And specifically, he hears her scream.
Yeah.
And he looks around and he doesn't see anything. He just sees like this like breezeway kind of towards the exit. Mm-hmm. He doesn't see anything. And then he hears the scream again. And he looks where he heard it and there's nothing there. Mm-hmm. And he's like, something's wrong. And so he runs up and he sees that when he gets really close, he's finally able to see that there's a tiny little spider that has caught something in its web.
Oh no.
And he hears this, like, the echoing shriek in his head. And he goes up and he, like, breaks the spider web. And he takes the spider's captive out of the web and, like, scoops it out, brings it back to his room. He sees that it's a little green bee.
Oh.
A little green bee.
This is how the bee movie should have been.
He sees that it's a little green bee, and the green bee is injured. It's close to death. The spider has been, like, was about to murder this bee.
Yeah.
He brings it back to his room. He sets it on his desk, and he, like, nurses this bee back to health. And when this bee is finally able to sort of move on its own again, it climbs over to the inkwell that he has sitting on his desk, and it, like, throws itself into the inkwell, and he's like, no, bee, no! And then the bee climbs back out and walks over to a piece of paper on his desk. And it walks around so that its feet, covered in ink, spell the word thanks. And then it walks over to the window and flies away. And that is how their relationship was broken, because she was the bee.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye. Oh,
I love you. Goodbye. She was the bee the whole time.
no, he fucked that bee.
He fucked a bee.
This is how the bee movie should have ended.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the bee movie. I don't know how it ends. She
I think they get married.
kills him or something, right?
What?
Oh, they get married?
I think so.
Who marries them? They fought gay marriage, but they'll marry
The
a
beacher.
bee? The beacher.
Yeah. No, that movie's wild. Yeah, so he fucked a bee. And that's the story.
Pretty good story, Max.
Thanks. So I looked it up. I was like, what's a green bee?
Yeah.
I've never seen a green bee. A green bee is a sweat bee, as they are most commonly known in the United States. A sweat bee.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a sweat bee?
No.
They're like little, they kind of look like a cross between like a bee and a fly.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they have yellow and black stripes on their butt. That's a technical term.
Did she have yellow and black stripes on her butt?
Probably.
Oh.
But there's a specific like Asiatic species of sweat bee that has like a green upper body and then a yellow and black striped lower body. So she was a sweat bee,
Aww.
which is also funny because sweat bees only come out during the like late spring and summer, which is when this all happens because people are sweating. And also her song was really quiet because she's a sweat bee because she was humming. So basically this whole story might just be a fever dream where he's like really hot. There isn't air conditioning and he's just sweating his ass off and being horny in the summer.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Kind of great.
Yeah, I really like it. I like the idea of, I don't know.
I thought she was going to be a ghost.
I also thought that.
There's a couple things when I lived in China for 3 years, and there was a couple things that always got me in the old like hutongs. Like there's like they have homes still standing that people live in that are like 1,000 years old. It's like really cool.
Ooh.
Like a lot of them. They're called hutong housing. And Beijing right now is like tearing them all down and displacing people from their homes and businesses. But when you go to the old ones, you'll see a lot of like blockades they've made to prevent ghosts from getting you. Because in Chinese lore, ghosts can't turn left or right. They can only go forward. And they also can't go through walls, and they can't bend their knees.
And they can't cross water, right?
Yeah, and they can cross. Yeah, they can cross water. So they can't go through walls though, and they can't go left or right, and they can't bend their knees. So because rigor mortis has set in, so they're more like hopping zombies. Sometimes they're called like hopping vampires, but mostly it's like hopping ghosts. And so all the old houses, in order to get in, like when you were talking about how there's like a breezeway and stuff, you'll go through a first door, and there'll just be a wall directly in front of you, and you'll have to turn right and go around this little wall. And it's so weird because it's like, why is there just a wall behind this door? And it was 100% being like, oh, because of ghosts. It's like, great. Well, now I have to walk around something.
Because of ghosts.
Ghosts. And so they would protect their houses by putting up a wall in front of their door. And
cute.
then there was another one there was like a little area that was still set up as it was like 1,000 years ago. And again, it's casual. It's not like this is a historic village. It was just like, no, this is just still is this, you know? And so I had to get across a river once, and the bridge, in order to get across this little river, is like a maze. Like you have to walk left, and then you have to walk along a little wall here, and then right, and then left, and then you go up, and then right, and then you have to step over, and you got to go left and right. And it takes you like 10 minutes to get across like a tiny creek. Like you're like, why is this a maze? And it was because they're like ghosts. And sometimes the Great Wall, I don't think it was for ghosts per se, but they also have weird little mazes. Just like, these ghosts are making my life so inconvenient.
I love it.
Yeah.
We should have more ghost-based architecture.
We should have architecture that protects from ghosts.
Truly. Truly.
I feel like our architecture here basically invites ghosts.
It literally does.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It literally does. I should say, this is a secondhand book that I've purchased, and someone clearly used it for a class at some point. And so it's all highlighted and marked up, which I love.
Yeah.
I love when a book has been like read and marked up by someone previously, because it's like I'm not only reading a really fun book, but it's also like I'm having a conversation with the person who owned it before. So there's this story, and I'm just going to show you really quickly. They clearly are like a folklorist in some capacity. They have an understanding of like the tropes of folklore for this book specifically. And all of the other stories, they have like a bunch of notes about like the themes and like things like that. This one, they only have one note, and it's "the girl was a bee?" ? And then "appearance does not equal reality."
Oh, and they have really cute handwriting. This is clearly a girl.
Yeah.
This is girl's handwriting. The girl was a bee? ?
And they're right.
The next one, Chuangzi Dreams of the Butterfly. That's like, Chuangzi Dreams of the Butterfly is the next one, and that's the most famous Chinese philosophy thing ever, and it's just that he dreamed he was a butterfly, and he's like, or is the butterfly dreaming of me? And that's the whole thing. But underneath this, it
The
says...
Matrix!
Under this, it says, themes. The spirits of humans and animals are not different. They are akin. The next one, the line between dream and reality is indistinct. You're not wrong, little folklore friend.
Whoever wrote the notes in this book, they were fucking right. They have like a bunch of places where they did the like wiggly underline for like, you know, specifically people who have nice handwriting. They do it.
They're really cool.
Yeah. They have like wiggly underline under something, and they're like, this is fucked up. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Oh man.
It's really good. I love it.
Oh my god, this one for the sun, which is Li Tzu one. They said, they highlighted the last line. When Confucius could not solve the problem, the two boys said, "Who says you know so much?" And they just wrote, "Ouch." And then under theme, it says, "Confucius is a crackpot?" ? Smiley face.
I love them.
They would be our friend.
I've started a parasocial relationship with whoever left notes in this book, however many years ago.
I'll post pictures of these pages because they're hilarious.
Yeah, they're very good.
Okay, Max.
Janey.
Well, how exciting. Another one for the books. Next week is episode 80.
That's a lot of episodes.
We're 21 episodes away from having 100 episodes.
That's... hot take. That's too many.
That might be too many episodes. I don't know.
Should we stop? Let us know.
Yeah. Should we have a mini party at episode 100?
I would love that.
In 20 weeks? That's in 5 months. Might still be in summer. We could do that.
It's September.
That's September? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll be 2 weeks from now, so that'll be...
What?
Might be.
Oh.
October.
Mm.
Okay, we gotta have a 100 themed party.
Yeah.
Maybe we tell stories that are 100 years old.
Yeah.
Like stories from 1923.
I'm gonna tell Rip Van Winkle.
More than 100 years
Yeah, but
old.
he was gone for 100 years.
Oh, that's really good. Did you know...
Called it.
I
got dibs.
Okay, you got it.
I got dibs!
Did you know they don't say bless you when people sneeze in China, but they do have a sort of bless you that you could say. I don't think a lot of people do, but their equivalent is they say, "Oh, wu bai sui." Like you sneeze and they're like, "Wu bai sui," which means 500 years. And it's like, I hope you live to be 500 years old.
The next time someone sneezes, I'm going to just say, 7,000.
682. Wu bai sui. 500 years.
175.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
And 82 back to you. And the change will be. All right. Guys, we hope you have a wonderful week.
Please do.
And if you want to chat with us, you can hit us up on Instagram, or you can find our Twitter, or you can find our
You probably
Facebook.
can't find our Twitter anymore.
Yeah, who knows? Twitter.
I don't think so.
You can find our Bird Doge, or whatever it's called by the time this episode comes out. TikTok, all of the good things. Or you can go onto our Discord, which if you don't have access, check out our Patreon.
Yeah, check out our website for all of those links, sortofthestory.com.
Yeah, and that's all down in the show notes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we love you, and goodbye.
Bye.
What kind of Barbie would you be, Max?
I would be... Oh, what's the little sister?
There's a little sister?
Yeah, her name's like Jenny or something.
Oh my god, you're stealing my bit. Which is having a name that sounds like Jenny. I almost want to pull up a Barbie quiz.
I want to pull up the Barbie family tree.
What Barbie am I? BuzzFeed. Okay.
Barbie
Oh, this
family
one's
tree.
2020.
I found it. Don't worry. They have one. I would be... Is her name Skipper?
Oh, there was a Skipper. Okay, Max. This is not a clever quiz. Are you ready?
Send it to me. Send it to me.
No. Okay, you want me to...
Yeah, please. Let's both take it on this test.
Okay, I'm sending it to you.
I was obsessed with both Skippers when I was little, and by both Skippers, I mean the Skipper from Barbie, who was like a little tomboy.
Yeah.
And also the Skipper from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I was obsessed with both of them equally, and I think that says a lot about me.
I tried really hard to read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in elementary school, and because I had just read To Kill a Mockingbird, and I was like, okay, well, this is like a next step, and I was like, this is boring. And then when middle school, I was like, I should try that again, because I was like stupid in elementary school, so let's try it again. And I got to the first page, and I was like, nope, still boring. And now I'm like an adult woman, and I'm like, no, I was right. It's boring, and I'm not interested. Little Janey, you knew who you were.
Speculative fiction / like early sci-fi kind of stuff is always very cool in concept.
Just wordy.
And if you haven't like heard those things before, you're like, wow, this is the most amazing concept that anyone's ever put forward. But also in like today's world, which is influenced by spec fic and stuff like that, none of these things are shocking anymore.
It's not even that it's not shocking. It's just that that particular book is the same problem I have with most Victorian literature, in that it's full. It's like they get paid by the fucking word, and
They literally did.
And I do not have time or interest, and I didn't have it then, and I don't have it now. It's what makes To Kill a Mockingbird so good, is that it's all very emotion driven, and there's not a lot in that book that doesn't need to be there.
I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird, but I've read excerpts, and I've always been like, this doesn't seem like it's for me.
It's worth. I mean, I read it like a couple times growing up. I read it when I was 8 because somebody told me I couldn't read it. I was an asshole. Are you taking the quiz?
I am.
Okay, which one of these would you want as a pet? This is so stupid. I guess I would choose, a chocolate lab. Or no, I didn't.
Chameleon.
If I don't choose an orange tabby cat, am I bad?
Yes.
Good, I'm going to choose a lab. What is your favorite hobby? Reading. Hanging with my bestie. I assume you put that one. Painting, singing,
I did,
swimming,
actually.
playing guitar. Oh no, I feel like an asshole for... I don't like any of these things.
You don't like hanging out?
Well, because painting is also not a hobby anymore. But I guess that one, second best, guitar.
I hate you.
Someone hurt one of your friends, what would you do? Smash them in the face with my guitar.
You are slowly transforming into a guitar guy.
If somebody hurt your friend, what would you do? I would tell everyone what the bad person did. Oh. March right up to them and tell them to leave. Find a way to ruin their reputation. I find a practical way to help my friend. I think you just talk to your friend. I would console my friend, yeah. Like,
really?
Yeah. Neither. Listen, I know that you were thinking that you would take actual action. You wouldn't, because that's a toxic thing to do with somebody else.
It depends on the space. Like, if it was like my birthday party.
Yeah.
And like someone was mean to you, I would be like, what's up? Get the fuck out.
That's true.
If it was your birthday party and someone was mean to you, I would be like, what's up? Get the fuck out.
I did that at Lauren and Jordan's wedding. Yeah. I did kick out a terrible person.
If it was at like an event for like your school or something like that and someone was rude to you,
yeah,
I would talk to you, because it's not my place to be like, get the fuck out. But if I had any position of authority whatsoever, I would be like, get the fuck out.
I guess that's true, but it's also annoying. That was a weirdly worded question, because when I'm like, oh, my friend is hurt, I wouldn't just automatically try to go up and solve their problems. I think that's a toxic thing to do. You know, like, you would go up and talk to your friend first. More context was needed for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pick the picture that appeals to you most. Well, this one is just two butts. No. None of these appeal to me. What do I do? I guess... none of these are interesting.
What is your biggest flaw? Is all of them. I have all of them.
How would you spend your
lack of self-confidence, easily distracted, always late, stubborn, overly ambitious, overly optimistic, put my own needs aside too much, too shy. Okay, get out of here, Barbie.
Someone forbade you from doing your favorite thing. What do you do? Stop doing it, I guess.
Mine was nobody can forbid me from doing anything, really. So, like...
Honestly, that's true. What would you say is your best quality? Loyalty, probably. It actually might be my worst quality, too. Pick the most appealing color. Blend. They're all purple. All of the color blends are the same. They're all purple and pink.
Yeah. I'm Liana, Princess of Music.
Ooh.
You are determined, brave, and protective of those you love. You always want to help those in need, even if you don't have much to give. You love spending time with your friends, and you would do anything for them. Sometimes you come across as a little stubborn, but really you just have a big heart and an innate desire to fight for what you believe is right. You are also very brave and loyal to those you love.
That's dead on. Oh my god, can I see what Liana looks like?
She's 3D animated, so don't scream.
Oh no.
She's very smooth.
She's so smooth. What's my biggest flaw? Always late. That might be it. Stubborn? Ooh, that might be it.
That's what I'm saying, is all of them. I have all of them.
Overly ambitious.
Overly ambitious is the only one that I don't have.
Do you think that's me? Probably not, right?
No, because you don't ever fall short.
Okay, I think maybe my stubbornness or the fact that I'm always late. I'm also too shy. Oh, I'm Annalise! Just like Princess Annalise, you are kind and loved by all for your constant desire to help others. So true. You can be a little naive at times.
No.
And that's only because you've lived a bit of a sheltered life. No. I jumped off a building once. That shouldn't let anyone
to
fool
another
you,
building,
though.
right?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't just jump off a building, but it was pretty high up. That shouldn't let anyone fool you, though, because you are very smart and specifically love science. What the fuck?
I'm gonna go get these Barbie biscuits.
I love science. Barbie biscuits are not a thing. You are the definite... Barbie biscuit sounds like a small butt. You are the definition of prim and proper and always act to the benefit of others, even if that means putting your own interests aside. Overall, you're smart, loving, and incredibly kind. Boom, motherfuckers! That's not correct. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Max just from the other room said, "That's not correct." Which was rude. Did you screenshot your result? Can you? We'll put it on the Instagram.
Princess of Music.
And we'll also put it on the Discord right now and tell everybody to go take that quiz.